Hey guys, I want to talk to you today about this idea of consistency versus intensity. And I'll sort of kick it off here by telling you a story about a social media post that I saw recently, a video that was done by a popular entrepreneurship expert. And if you're watching social media right now, you're probably seeing the word hustle everywhere. I know I am. And hustle, intensity, sort of, those two words sort of go hand in hand. So this story, I'll just jump right into it. This particular individual was basically talking on video about how the other day he got home to his wife at about midnight from the office. And his wife, when he arrived home at midnight, was surprised. She basically said, "Honey, I'm surprised you're home so early. What happened?" And he was bragging about the fact that his wife was surprised that he was home from the office by midnight. And to me, that's just that struck me as so backwards, because if you really dig down and you think about, okay, what are my motives for wanting to be a small business owner or wanting to build wealth? Wealth is a tool. Businesses are a tool. You're building a business or you're building wealth because there's something bigger and more important that you really want, like freedom, or to be able to provide better for your family or whatever. So to sacrifice things like family and freedom for the wealth that you were going to use to get family, it just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. And so I started thinking about the importance of hustle, and obviously it's an important thing. You want to work hard. No major success as a small business owner comes without a lot of hard work over time. That's obvious. But is it the most important thing, or is there an ingredient that is even more important? And I really believe that even more than intensity, consistency is really the thing that determines whether you're going to make it or not. And a perfect story that illustrates this is the story that nearly all of us heard as kids of the tortoise and the hare. And the story basically says that, there's the tortoise is extremely slow, and it's racing one direction. The hare is racing the other direction. Obviously the hare is way faster, way more intense, way stronger. And everybody thinks the tortoise doesn't even have a chance, and the hare is just going to blow him out of the water. He's going to reach the finish line before the tortoise even takes a second step. Well, as you remember from the story, everybody's placing their bets on the tortoise, or on the hare, but the tortoise ends up winning, and everyone's shocked. And what you find when you look at examples of success in entrepreneurship in real life is that the tortoises in real life often win as well, far more often than the hares do. And the reason for it is this: while the hare is way stronger and way faster, a lot of times it hops around different directions. And it's not like it's hopping full speed constantly, because really a lot of us, and this probably goes for humans or anything else, none of us can go full speed all the time. Energy is limited. It needs to recharge. It does have a limit in the first place. So, you've got this hare who's jump this way, jump that way, jump this way, jump that way, jump backwards, jump forward. And it may be stronger, it may be faster, but at the end of the day, the tortoise is taking one consistent small step, one after another, one foot in front of the other, not stopping, continuing to go and go and go. And despite the fact that it's slower, despite the fact that it's not as strong, the tortoise ends up winning. And everybody goes, it's a miracle. How did it happen? It's a fluke. It's not a fluke. It's consistency. And the same thing goes for anything. If you look at the way a lot of us do dieting, or the way a lot of us do fitness, or the way a lot of us do even our romantic relationships, right? We go on these sprints where we get really motivated, and so we do all these nice things for the other person, or we go to the gym 5 days a week when before we didn't go at all. Or, we weren't doing anything, we were just watching Netflix, and now all of a sudden we're spending 6 hours every night working till 3 a.m. on our new small business. And it's just, the alternating between just all-out sprints and standing still. And what happens is energy really is limited, right? A billionaire that I talked to one time, I think I talked about this in another video. There's a billionaire that I was talking to on the phone once, and I was talking to him about the idea of burnout, because I was really burnt out at the time, and I'm a natural hare, by the way. my natural tendency is to go full speed and then either stop or crash, and then go full speed and stop or crash, and a lot of times it's not straight in one direction, right? And so I was burnt out, and I was talking to him about this, and he said, Jesse, I've had the same tendency, and what I've learned is that it's far better to go at 70% of your capacity without stopping than it is to go at 100% and basically alternate between 100% and crash and 100% and crash. And that really stuck with me, and I've tried to learn to become more of the tortoise, more of the type of person who just focuses every day on putting one foot in front of the other, taking one step, and taking consistent steps every single day toward where I want to be. And I found that that works so much better. A sort of role model, if you will, of mine by the name of Eben Pagan likes to say, success leaves clues. And if you look at what a lot of highly successful entrepreneurs do, it's consistency that really sets them apart. Yes, they're working hard. Yes, they're doing something that matters. Yes, they have a product or a service that people actually want and need and are willing to pay for. But it's that consistency that really makes a lot of the difference between their success or their failure in business. So again, consistency versus intensity, the tortoise versus the hare. You want to be the tortoise. 9 times out of 10, that's going to work out far better for you. Yes, it's difficult to go at 70% when you know you can go at 100, but just keep in mind that there are going to be times when you need to go at 100 and you need to conserve the energy so that you actually have it when that time comes, and you're not, you know, feeling sorry for yourself on your couch because you just went 7 straight days hard and now you have no energy to take advantage of an opportunity that comes along. So be the tortoise. Comment below if you have questions about this, or if you have thoughts on it, or if you've experienced what it's like to be either the tortoise or the hare and the effects of being that way. And share this with your friends if it was helpful. As usual, we'll talk soon.